Hi everybody, this is Lexi again. I wanted to share with y'all this paperwork. I'm not showing it because it has my name on it and information of when I can expect certain features of hormone therapy to show up. I'm doing this for two different reasons. One, I think it would be kind of cool to read what doctors kind of expect, within the next few months or years. And second of all, I think it would be fun to kind of like keep track of a lot of this stuff as the years and months go by because I'm gonna do it anyway, and I feel like doing it publicly would be kind of fun to do collectively. A lot of people like make like big videos of like, well, this is what happened, like updates later. But I don't know what the future holds. Like, I don't know if people are actually interested in this stuff. So let me know in the comments if you are interested in it. And, maybe we'll do like update videos and stuff after a certain amount of time. Anyways, so let's just go right into this list, shall we? So there are two terms. One is expected onset, when doctors are expecting things to actually kick in and be visible change-wise, and then the expected max effect, which they say like that's where the changes cap and actually like finish, right? Now, I want to say that that is tricky to kind of talk about because a lot of these assessments are based off of whatever information has been collected collectively, like within the community. There's not really a lot of studies that have been done on trans people when it comes to like this stuff, only that they know like, oh, generally speaking, like the way that things react very differently. So that's why like the ranges are pretty wide. So the first option is body fat changes, which means more fat around hips, thighs, and buttocks. And the expected onset is 3 to 6 months. The expected max effect is 2 to 5 years. And I want to say, like, to be clear, when they say body fat changes, it also affects the face, but it also means like the fat that's going into your body is going to be redistributed to those areas that I mentioned, which is the hips and, of course, the breast area. So when they say body fat redistribution, they don't really mean like, oh, the existing fat moves around. No, it's the incoming stuff. And that's actually a very important thing to think about too. And because of that, I'm going to gain more weight. Decreased muscle mass, it's 3 to 6 months, and then it's 1 to 2 years. Something about like the decreased muscle mass that's interesting. I'm taking a testosterone blocker like twice a day, and I can already feel like there's certain changes in my body in terms of like my strength. So I actually keep track of the weights that I use every single day, and I've only been like, what is it? Today is like Monday. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it's like the fourth day. And I can already tell there's some changes happening within that department. But I still have a majority of my strength. So I wanted to kind of put that out there, of course. Softening of skin, less oily skin, that's 3 to 6 months with an expected max effect of unknown. That's interesting because I have been told that like, ooh, soft skin is going to be really good for you. And I'm like, but I already have like soft skin. So it's like, it's going to get even softer, and that's pretty exciting. Next one is decreased sex drive / desire. That's 1 to 3 months with an unknown max effect date. A decreased spontaneous erections is 1 to 3 months, and an expected effect of 3 to 6 months. Less sperm production and infertility with an asterisk, and they say unknown for the onset, but they expect it to actually be on max effect for like 2 years. Now the asterisk there means that it is irreversible, because like when you actually stop taking HRT, the rest of the effects can be stopped and it reverses by itself. Now this is one of those effects where like after a certain period of time, there's no turning back. That's just it, and you have to deal with it. And I was given the option to freeze my sperm, but I didn't take it because I don't want kids. Next is breast growth with an asterisk. That is 3 to 6 months expected onset and 2 to 5 years max effect. Now this is kind of interesting because like I asked my endocrinologist, just to kind of see his assessment, like, oh, like what cup size do you think I'm gonna grow into? And he gave me a very common kind of answer that I heard like from 15 years ago. It is like, oh, well, we can expect like cup size, relative to your family. And I'm like, okay, I have had multiple different people say different things. Like some people only grew like 1 cup size, sometimes 2. Sometimes they grow like, big breasts and stuff. And for that, I did notice that like for those people, they started quite young. So they literally rode through puberty with that. And of course, their bodies are like, okay, well, yeah, you are at the right time. Let's go through it. I do feel like if it doesn't grow as big as I want to, which really it's just a pea cup, I don't need like massive bazongas and stuff. Like, I might get like breast augmentation surgery, which something to think about, I suppose. Right. Next one is smaller testicles with an asterisk. That is 3 to 6 months and variable. To be fair, I think everything should be variable here. Thinning and slower facial slash body hair growth at 6 to 12 months onset and in less than 3 years. Now, I do want to add that one thing that guys deal with a lot is a thinning hairline because of the testosterone. And because of estrogen, it's going to help me grow a lot more hair. So that's actually like a really good positive for me because I don't have a receding hairline. This has been my hairline for a very long time. It would be really cool to like just make this denser and stuff. And I'm actually looking forward to like growing my hair long again. It was really nice when it was like really long. And the last one is vocal changes, which is none and then no expected effect. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't know about, which is like when you take hormones, estrogen specifically, you don't get the vocal change. You have to work really hard with a vocal coach to do that. Voice trainers actually like train you to use your different mouth muscles like in a different way so that you can deliver a natural sounding female voice without losing your breath or drinking a buttload of water. I actually took vocal classes back in 2012, 2013, and the techniques now are way better because remember when I just said like the whole like, oh, drinking a lot of water and losing like breath and stuff? So those were like from the techniques back then. These days, like if you mastered techniques, you can have like a really beautiful voice and you can kind of tune it too, which is fantastic. Anyways, that was a lot of info and that was a lot of babbling. I hope y'all enjoyed this piece of information, and let me know in the comments what you think about this, and if you're a trans person, I'd like to hear your experience as detailed or as not as you want. And for people who aren't transitioning, I hope you learned something today because I'm always learning something every day, whether it's this one or something else. Anyways, have a good one. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye.